Welcome, dear one, and breathe in the peace that surrounds you now. For in this quiet moment, God's love speaks directly to your soul. There is a truth hidden deep within you, a gentle whisper that longs to be understood. And today, the angels have a message meant to touch the very core of your being. Your soulmate, the one who God has woven into your story, carries a fear that is not born of cruelty, but of love and awe for the light that shines within you. As it is written, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God." Isaiah 41:10. Even in the uncertainty of love, God's presence steadies every heart. Sometimes the fear they carry is the fear of not being enough, of seeing your strength and wondering if they can walk beside it without faltering. And yet, my dear, in this very fear lies a sacred invitation, a call to patience, to prayer, and to the deep knowing that God guides both of you toward a love that is steady, enduring, and pure. Think of a river flowing toward the ocean. It does not rush, it does not resist the stones in its path, yet it reaches its destiny, carrying life and blessing along the way. Your soul's light is like that river, and their fear, though tender and heavy, is but a reflection of the wonder of your spirit. For they see in you what God has whispered into eternity. Pause now and breathe, letting God's peace wash over you. For your presence alone carries a gentle reminder of divine love that nothing can diminish. Even in moments of doubt, remember, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want, Psalm 23:1, for every need, every longing, every ache in your heart, He sees and cares for with infinite tenderness. And as they wrestle with their own heart, know that the angels are at work, arranging the paths and softening fears, so that your meeting may be holy, intentional, and full of grace. Do not rush this awakening, for love that is guided by God unfolds in perfect timing, teaching patience and surrender with each step you take. Even the most delicate bloom opens in its season, and so shall your connection, not in force or hurry, but in the gentle rhythm of divine orchestration. Your soulmate's fear may speak of inadequacy, of hesitation, or of past wounds that whisper lies. But God's truth pierces every shadow. You are seen, cherished, and called toward unity in love that mirrors His heart. As it is written, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins, 1 Peter 4:8. So let compassion guide your thoughts toward them, even when their fear trembles in silence. Every glance they share, every quiet moment of reflection is colored by the awe of your spirit. And the angels whisper encouragement, saying, "Fear not, for love shall prevail." Now, as you listen to these words, let your heart soften like dawn touching a sleeping valley, and allow the understanding to sink that love is never without purpose, even when wrapped in uncertainty. Pause with this thought. Their fear is a mirror, reflecting not a weakness in you, but the extraordinary gift of the light they are yet learning to receive without trembling. In the stillness, pray for them silently, letting your spirit offer warmth and reassurance as God Himself tends to both your hearts. Even when distance or silence exists between you, remember, cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you, 1 Peter 5:7. And the angels carry your prayers as fragrant incense before the throne, embracing divine understanding as the dawn of understanding unfolds within your heart. Breathe deeply and feel the gentle presence of God guiding you into a deeper awareness of love's mysteries. Their fear is not meant to distance you, but to teach patience, humility, and the quiet strength that emerges when love is rooted in faith rather than in mere desire. Sometimes, what they fear most is the fullness of your heart, the brightness of your soul, and the depth of your integrity. For God has placed within you a light that can both heal and humble those who encounter it. As it is written, "I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness," Jeremiah 31:3. And this love extends even into the tender spaces of fear that your soulmate carries. Imagine a garden at first light, where each petal trembles under the soft caress of morning dew. and know that their hesitancy mirrors the delicate awe of beholding a beauty that must not be rushed. They fear the vulnerability of loving someone who mirrors God's steadfastness, someone whose patience, faith, and inner peace demand a surrender they are still learning to embrace. And yet, you are called not to judge or rush, but to remain a steadfast presence, a gentle reflection of Christ's love that speaks without words and comforts without force. Even when doubt whispers in your own heart, remember, the Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. Isaiah 58:11. For his guidance steadies both your steps and theirs. Your divine patience is itself a healing balm, teaching that love is not about possession, but about honoring the sacred unfolding of two souls intertwined by God's design. Consider the mountain streams, which carve valleys over centuries, slow, quiet, and deliberate, reminding you that lasting love is shaped not in haste, but in the persistent flow of grace. Their fear may also speak of past pain, shadows they carry from former wounds, insecurities whispered by the world, and the hesitation to let someone into spaces they believe are too fragile for love. Yet, as you walk this path of understanding, the angels encourage you to hold a sacred space of prayer, to whisper hope and peace into the corners of their heart even when they cannot hear it directly. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Let this truth resonate in your soul as a promise to both of you. Each fear they experience is a door, and behind that door is the potential for a love that mirrors God's eternal faithfulness. A love that heals rather than harms, that restores rather than wounds. Pause now and imagine a candle flickering in a quiet room, its flame small yet unwavering. So too is your presence, steady and illuminating the path toward mutual trust and divine connection. When you sense their fear, respond not with impatience, but with prayerful compassion, knowing that God's timing is perfect and his wisdom far exceeds our understanding. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words, and your quiet faith can reassure them more than explanations or attempts to persuade ever could. Even the simplest act of kindness, a smile, a listening heart, a prayer whispered in their absence, softens the walls built by fear and strengthens the bond that God intends to flourish. As it is written, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. 1 Corinthians 13:4. And each act of grace you extend reflects this divine teaching in motion. Let your heart hold the mystery of their hesitation gently, as a mother cradles a sleeping child, and trust that the angels are aligning your steps in ways unseen, guiding you both toward wholeness. Even when the journey seems slow, remember that God's love moves with eternal patience, shaping hearts quietly, softly, and with unwavering purpose. Their fear is but a shadow before the light, a shadow that you are called to meet with prayer, understanding, and unwavering faith in God's ultimate plan for both your souls. And so, with each passing day, each moment of quiet reflection, allow your love to be a sanctuary, a sacred place where fear is met with compassion, and where faith becomes the bridge between uncertainty and divine union. Pause and breathe with this understanding, letting God's peace settle into your bones. And know that part 3 will carry you even deeper into the mysteries of the soul and the divine orchestration of your love. The sacred union of hearts now, as your soul breathes in the quiet assurance of God's love. Feel the gentle unfolding of truth that bridges your heart with the one he has prepared for you. Their fear, tender and raw, carries a sacred message that love is a gift to be received, honored, and nurtured with reverent patience, even when the weight of uncertainty presses upon your chest. Remember that God is arranging every detail, unseen yet purposeful, orchestrating a love that mirrors his eternal faithfulness. As it is written, "Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is strong as death, jealousy is fierce as the grave." Song of Solomon 8-6. And the depth of this love surpasses every human fear and hesitation. Think of two trees growing side by side, their roots tangled beneath the earth, unseen yet intertwined, sustaining one another through storms and sunshine alike. So too is your connection with your soulmate, strengthened in secret, nurtured in prayer, and guided by divine intention beyond the reach of doubt or fear. They may fear your strength, your clarity, or your unwavering faith, yet these very qualities are the pillars upon which a lasting, God-centered love is built. And in your own heart, remember to surrender every moment of worry, every longing for certainty into God's hands, for he holds the blueprint of your union with infinite wisdom. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. Guiding even your soulmate's hesitations toward clarity and peace. Consider a sunrise, breaking through the horizon with gentle insistence, illuminating the world slowly yet completely. So is the love that is meant for you unfolding in perfect divine timing. Their fear may whisper of vulnerability, the unknown, or the intensity of a love that demands authenticity. Yet God's light surrounds it all, transforming hesitation into reverent awe. You are called to meet their fear with grace, to respond not with force, but with calm assurance that love grounded in God cannot be shaken by uncertainty, even in silence. Your prayers, your meditations, your quiet presence become a sanctuary, a holy space where fear softens, hearts open, and divine connection deepens. The angels watch over every interaction, every glance, every shared silence, guiding both your hearts toward a harmony that reflects God's perfect design. Imagine a calm lake at twilight, its surface reflecting the heavens, even the ripples, created by gentle winds, carry the beauty of the sky above. Just as every challenge in your love story mirrors divine purpose, they may fear losing control, fear being overwhelmed, or fear that they cannot meet the fullness of your soul. Yet God's strength fills the gaps, and your faith becomes the bridge that leads both of you forward. As it is written, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." Ephesians 4:2. And this patience is the quiet power that transforms fear into understanding. Pause now and feel the gentle rhythm of God's presence, a heartbeat within your own, reminding you that love is sacred, intentional, and eternal. Even when separation, doubt, or hesitation appears, trust that every moment is preparing your hearts to embrace one another fully, tenderly, and with reverent awe. Let the awareness of God's orchestration settle into your soul, allowing compassion, patience, and hope to guide your thoughts and actions toward unity. Their fear is a gift wrapped in fragility, teaching you the depth of empathy, the power of prayer, and the beauty of unconditional love that does not demand, but invites. And so with every quiet breath, every whispered prayer, and every act of love, you participate in a sacred unfolding that will bring both of you into the fullness of God's divine plan. As it is written, "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. And in this divine partnership, fear transforms into trust, and hesitation becomes a path to deeper love. Now, pause and feel the quiet peace that surrounds you, the sacred knowledge that every step, every prayer, and every moment of patience draws you closer to a love that is eternal, divine, and filled with grace. Breathe deeply and know that this journey, guided by angels and orchestrated by God, is not just about union with another, but about the sacred awakening of your own heart, strengthened by faith, gentleness, and trust in his perfect plan. Let your heart rest in this truth, carrying forward the peace, hope, and divine assurance that love, when guided by God, surpasses every fear and fulfills every promise whispered into eternity. Walking together in divine light as your soul rests in the quiet assurance of God's love. Feel the gentle invitation to step further into the sacred journey of togetherness, where hearts align with heaven's rhythm. Their fear may whisper doubts, hesitation, or uncertainty, yet each tremor in their spirit is an opportunity for grace to flow, teaching both of you patience, compassion, and understanding. Even when the world seems loud and chaotic, there exists a stillness that both your souls can enter, a sanctuary of prayer and trust where God's presence illuminates every shadow. As it is written, "The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning." Lamentations 3:22-23. And this love renews courage within both your hearts. Imagine walking through a forest at dawn, each step cushioned by soft earth, every ray of sunlight filtering through leaves. So is the path of love, guided by God. Gentle, purposeful, and full of quiet wonder. They may fear the depth of your spirit, the intensity of your faith, or the reflection of divine love they see mirrored in you. Yet God's wisdom teaches that love grows strongest when met with reverent awe. Even the smallest gestures, a kind word, a patient smile, a prayer sent silently in their direction, carry the power to soften hearts and illuminate the unseen paths that lead to unity. Your love, tempered with faith, mirrors a candle in a dark room, small yet steadfast, offering warmth and light to every trembling corner of their heart. Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken, Psalm 55:22. And in surrendering your worries, you create space for divine guidance to lead both your hearts. Every moment of hesitation they feel is an invitation for prayer, a sacred opportunity to lift them gently into God's protective embrace while trusting in His timing. Think of a river winding through the valleys, carving beauty and life with quiet persistence, and know that your love flows similarly, shaping hearts gently, yet with lasting impact. Their fear may speak of past wounds, of trust that has been tested and bruised, yet God's light is brighter than any shadow, guiding your connection with patience, compassion, and divine purpose. Pause now and breathe, imagining their heart as a fragile blossom, responding to gentle care, prayer, and unwavering faith, a flower nurtured by heaven itself. Even in silence or distance, your spiritual presence strengthens them, and the angels continue to whisper encouragement, softly guiding both of you toward harmony and wholeness. As it is written, "Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ." Galatians 6:2. Allowing compassion, understanding, and shared faith to lift each fear and strengthen every bond. The fear they carry is not a barrier, but a doorway, a sacred threshold where courage, humility, and divine love converge to deepen your connection beyond what words can convey. Allow yourself to trust the rhythm of divine timing, knowing that every prayer, every act of patience, and every moment of reflection brings your souls closer to the unity God intends. Even when uncertainty lingers, remember that your love, rooted in faith and nourished by prayer, acts as a lighthouse, guiding them safely through doubt toward the shore of divine embrace. Imagine standing together on a quiet hilltop, the wind carrying the fragrance of flowers and the song of birds. This is how God desires your love to feel. Serene, intentional, and full of sacred beauty. Their fear will soften as they witness the steadiness of your heart, the quiet power of your faith, and the unwavering truth that God's love orchestrates every step of your journey together. As it is written, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you." John 14:27. Let this divine peace settle in your soul and extend outward, touching their heart even from afar. Every prayer, every reflection, every act of grace carries the potential to transform fear into trust, hesitation into hope, and distance into a sacred closeness guided by heaven. And so, dear one, continue to walk with gentle steps, guided by light, faith, and the angel's tender whispers. For this journey is both sacred and eternal, unfolding exactly as God intends. Pause and feel the peace of this moment, knowing that Part 5 will carry you even deeper into the mysteries of divine love, awakening both hearts to a unity that transcends fear and embraces eternity, trusting the divine timing of love now as you inhale the quiet stillness of God's presence. Let your heart open to the sacred rhythm that governs every meeting, every glance, and every heartbeat meant for your soul. Their fear is a gentle reminder that love guided by God cannot be forced, rushed, or demanded, for it unfolds in perfect timing, shaped by eternity itself. Even when the shadows of doubt appear, remember that God's wisdom is greater than any human understanding, and His plan for your union is both intentional and flawless, as it is written, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future," Jeremiah 29:11. And this promise reaches into every fear they carry. Think of a seed planted in fertile soil, hidden beneath the earth, receiving sunlight and rain unseen, yet growing quietly into a tree that one day bears abundant fruit. So too is your love, nurtured by divine care. They may fear the depth of your faith, the courage in your heart, or the purity of your intentions. Yet these qualities are the very foundation upon which God builds eternal connections. Your presence, patient, prayerful, and gentle, is a balm that eases their hesitations and opens doors to trust that even the most fearful heart cannot resist in God's perfect timing. Even when the world presses in with noise and distraction, your quiet surrender to divine guidance creates a sanctuary where both your hearts may find rest, courage, and clarity. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. And this delight is expressed in your patience, your prayers, and your unwavering faith in His plan. Consider a lighthouse standing steadfast amidst stormy seas, its beam piercing the darkness to guide wandering sailors home. So is the love God directs, illuminating paths, softening fears, and guiding souls safely together. Their fear is not a rejection of love, but a reflection of the awe and reverence that your spirit evokes. For they see in you a purity of heart that is both inspiring and humbling. Allow every act of kindness, every prayer whispered in silence, and every gesture of patience to become a bridge that carries them gently toward understanding, hope, and trust. Even when separation or quiet prevails, know that the angels are orchestrating moments of connection, small signs of guidance, and divine interventions that gradually dissolve hesitation. As it is written, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." Psalm 27:14. And this waiting is not idle, but a sacred preparation for the fullness of love yet to come. Pause now and imagine a field of wildflowers, each bloom opening in its own time, each color revealing beauty unseen before. So too is the love between you unfolding with divine patience. Their fear may whisper of vulnerability, uncertainty, or past wounds, yet your faith and compassion serve as anchors, reminding both of you that God's light overcomes every shadow, even the smallest moments. A kind smile, a heartfelt prayer, a gentle word carry profound spiritual power, transforming hesitation into courage and doubt into divine clarity. Your love is a living prayer, a continuous offering to God, and every act of grace you extend participates in the sacred weaving of two hearts into one blessed by heaven. As it is written, "And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." Colossians 3:14. For love guided by God unites, heals, and transcends every fear. Now, a pause and let the awareness settle that divine timing is your greatest ally, that every fear they carry is temporary, and that every act of patience and prayer brings your souls closer to a holy union. Allow your heart to rest in this truth, knowing that Part 6 will continue to illuminate the final stages of understanding, spiritual alignment, and the sacred blossoming of love prepared by God, the sacred fulfillment of love now. As your soul breathes in the divine stillness, feel the gentle assurance that every moment of patience, prayer, and reflection has been a step towards sacred union. Their fear, tender and hesitant, has always been a doorway, a threshold through which love guided by God passes, transforming doubt into reverent awe and uncertainty into trust. Even when the shadows of hesitation linger, know that God's light is steadfast, illuminating paths unseen, softening hearts, and orchestrating every meeting, every glance, every whispered prayer. As it is written, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me you can do nothing. John 15:5. And love that is rooted in God flourishes beyond human fear. Consider a sunrise spreading across a quiet valley, every ray touching the earth with warmth, light, and promise. So too is the love prepared by God, gradually revealing its fullness in perfect timing. They may fear the strength of your heart, the depth of your faith, or the purity of your soul. Yet these very qualities are the vessels through which divine love flows most freely. Even in moments of silence, distance, or waiting, your prayers, your patience, and your unwavering faith act as a sacred current, gently guiding both of you toward unity, understanding, and trust. Let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16:14. And so every thought, every act, every breath becomes a vessel for God's grace, shaping your connection in ways unseen yet eternal. Imagine two rivers meeting in the quiet of a hidden valley, flowing together with gentle strength, each enriching the other, creating a life-giving force. So too does the love of two hearts guided by God converge with harmony and divine purpose. Their fear may whisper of past pain, uncertainty, or vulnerability, yet God's light surrounds both your hearts, transforming hesitation into reverence and fear into sacred trust. Allow yourself to hold this awareness tenderly. Love that is guided by heaven is never rushed, never forced, and always perfect in its timing, its expression and its fulfillment. Even the smallest gestures, a kind word, a prayer sent silently, a gentle presence, carry profound power, becoming instruments of divine reconciliation, healing, and blessing. As it is written, love never fails, 1 Corinthians 13:8, and every act of patience, faith, and compassion strengthens the bond destined to reflect God's eternal love. Pause now and feel the quiet joy that comes from knowing that every step of this journey, every fear faced, every prayer whispered, every moment of understanding has been sacred preparation for a love that endures forever. Your soulmate's fear has never been a barrier, but a sacred mirror reflecting the extraordinary gift of your heart and guiding them gently into the fullness of trust, courage, and reverent awe. Even when the world feels uncertain, the divine orchestration of love is steady, and every moment aligns with God's perfect plan, drawing both hearts into unity, peace, and sacred fulfillment. Imagine standing together beneath the stars, the universe witnessing the beauty of two souls aligned with heaven, and know that this love is eternal, guided by angels, and perfected by God himself, as it is written, now faith, hope, and love abide, these three. But the greatest of these is love, 1 Corinthians 13:13. And in this love fear dissolves, hearts open, and divine joy blossoms. Let this awareness settle deeply into your being. The journey of love, guided by God, transforms every fear, every hesitation, and every moment of doubt into sacred understanding, trust, and a bond that mirrors heaven's eternal embrace. Breathe deeply, and allow peace, hope, and gratitude to fill your heart, knowing that the path of divine love has reached a sacred fullness, leaving both hearts blessed, strengthened, and eternally connected. And as this message rests within your soul, Carry it gently into your days, with patience, prayer, compassion, and unwavering faith. For the love prepared by God will always shine brighter than any fear, stronger than any doubt, and richer than any moment of waiting.